we learned this, okay, and like what types here. So like numerical, text, okay, decimal, date, float, okay, and lot of like other things. If you can sub category in data types, numericals is a big integer value, okay, integer values, decimal values, like a float value, a lot of things we have also learned. Okay, why we do use data types, like ensure the data accuracy, improve the performance of the data, save the storage and data validation, right? So I have given this example as well. And now we learned is a numerical data types like integer, 4 byte, big integer, 500, 17 byte, decimal we use PS, float is approximately is a decimal, and strings, what kind of strings, the characters, okay, where cars and where car test, when we use, we have learned, okay. And date types we have also understand, we what is the format date types, okay. So this is the formats, like a date is like a in the years and month, and like a day, times, okay, like hours and minutes, and data time both, okay, like a data plus time both we can also display using data time, right? Now, so we learned this. Now it is a very important one thing. Wait, first we have to use what a data, what we have a DBMS, the database. Please tell me name. SQL 15 June, right? SQL class 15 June, right? It's already come. Okay, now we have to execute it. So we can use this database. Okay, so this is data DBMS. Now we have to learn Boolean data type. What is the Boolean data type? Do you have any idea? Boolean, correct. Boolean data type. Okay. So basically, in a Boolean data type means I give you example, one example of your recruitment. Okay, you search, okay, Boolean search, right? Am I correct? Boolean search. So how can we write Boolean search, right? Java or not we are looking at data analyst. Data analyst, I can give them data analyst or data analyst, right? Or data, what we mention, data analytics, right? Analytics, right? Correct. And what we need, and we can use and, right? Am I right? If I'm wrong, please correct me, okay? So what you want? SQL, okay, you can, sorry, in double quotas, but mostly we use a single quotas, but I give you example, okay. So SQL, right? MS SQL or SQL Server, right? SQL Server, I will mention, okay. Just I give you example, right? So this is the Boolean, and we try to find the candidates, okay, from job boards through the Boolean search, right? But how do we use in SQL Server? We have to learn this, okay, right? So my purpose to write this, we have to learn how. Okay, so there is a bit, okay, we use here the Boolean. This is not a format of the SQL Server, okay. We don't like use this, so I mention here we don't use like this, okay. But other things, okay, here we also use or, okay, but in which format, okay, we have to understand. Now in SQL Server, how to use Boolean, right? No, okay. So there is a something is a types, is a Boolean data types, is a width, Okay, is a width. Okay, so width means or. Okay, or 0 or 1. So this is actual, yeah. Or what is the meaning of this? I tell you. 0 means is a false. Okay, okay, is a true. 1 means true. Okay, we use or and and definitely we use, but what we get the output in a true and false. Okay, okay, and now what is a true and what false, and is a null is an unknown of. I will give you this also. Otherwise, you can maybe stuck here. So null means null. Do you understand about a null? Should I explain? No value, but okay, no value. Unknown also. Okay, unknown also. Unknown means we don't know. We don't know. Unknown is optional. Okay. So two things is a no value and second is unknown. Correct? Now, how can we use it? So we have to understand this is a very important. So what I'm giving here, I create table with bit column. Okay, let's. So is a table create table like what is table employees. Okay, employees spelling is correct, right? Now I will write here employee ID integer value, employee ID integer value, or we can make also primary if we want primary. Okay, and the second we want is a name. Okay, is a full name or only name. Let's see, we have to understand name. Varchar we give the characters length is 30. 30 is correct, right? Now is another we have to use is active. What is active? Is active what active? Bit. Okay, now so here is active bit means employee is active or not active. I wait. Okay. So I wait here. What should I mention to? Is active used to know employee is active or not active, right? So now we have to execute it. So this it means the command completed successfully. Now we have to run this. Let's see. So this is an employee. I copy this. Okay, then select everything from employees, right? Yeah, star. Yeah, it's correct. Or you can mention is also, you can also call everything, whatever you want. Okay, so now we have already created the schema, or you can say the field of the right. Now we have to insert it. What? How can we insert? Please tell me. No. You have to tell, and I have to write. Please tell. Insert. Please insert into employees. Okay, and then is a records, is a field names, right? What is the field names? Employee ID. Values we can go directly, but we have to use here is a names and is active, right? Is active. Okay, fine. Now Please tell me what we have to do now. Values, create. Now values, okay, what are values? We will add here. So employee ID 101, okay, and if your first name is Lakshmi, LKSHMI, Lakshmi Priya, okay, make it Lakshmi Priya, and is you are is a like a active. I want to show you active. Another reports I want to show here. Okay, 102 because it's a primary key, and my name, I will add my name is Muhammad Yusuf, correct, and is 0. It means not active, right. So it is a boolean. Now I want see this. I will make here. So let's see. So you can see is active, not active. Okay, is active, non active means I have already given the idea is with, okay, the ID is a 0 or 1. Okay, 0 means false or 1 means true. So this is a boolean. Okay, so we use boolean mostly in 1 or 0. So this is a symbols in a false and or true. So it means when Spiria is active is a true and 0 is a false. Muhammad Yusuf is not active in. Got it my point? Okay. Now, okay. If I want to check, okay, or update, okay, the employees, okay. So let's see how can we do this here. Right. I give you one example here so you will get better understand. Suppose select and I will make the star or everything from employees, right, correct, and I want update here. Okay, so we use the conditions. Okay, what are conditions, and we have to apply is a where clause. Okay, right, am I right? So first I want so only inactive employee. How can be employee? Like a where and is active, okay, because I don't want, I'm not talking about the employee ID, I'm talking about the, okay, boolean cells. Okay, is not active, right? Let's see, is presented. It's, so you can see all the employees, whatever. So we will get inactive or active, whatever. Like I want to show you, and now I will tell you update one. Okay, I told you update one. So I will now update. Talking about the update. Okay. So like update means we have to use update. We already use. Can you tell me how can we update? We have already learned, right? Please tell me. I want update is active. Active means like I want inactive or active, whatever. Okay. So like, suppose you are active. Update table names, correct. Employees. Yeah. Okay. Correct. Sect is active. Active is equal to 0. 0. I want deactivate because deactivate one can't be active, right? Because he already left his job. He is rejoined, so we can make here, but generally we don't do this, right? So I want to you deactive, right? So what does that mean? Now we have to use where clause. Where clause, what is the employee ID? Employee ID is equal to 101. So now I want you like inactive, okay, and let's see. So it's affected, and now I want to check here this. So both employees are inactive. Okay, it means 0. It's a false. They are not employee right now. They already left the job. Am I right? Understood it? So definitely you will this types the problems, okay, and you have to solve these problems. So these are problems, okay. What is a problem? Like how can get the problems? Let's see. The problem is, please write a query to inactive employees whose employee ID is 101. So this is the problem, okay. And now in a real time, because examiner, I mean an interview will ask this question, I mean this is a problem and you have to solve it, okay. Now in a real time, if you're working as a data analyst, okay, and you have to, your domain is a HR because you're working HR. So then if any employee is the left the job, okay, then you have to apply this one because you have to update the records. Am I right? Got it? Okay, now. Do you have about the monetary data types? Any idea? Monetary. Wait, I do this. Oh, what I'm doing here, I will write this. Okay, let's see. SQL and then yes. Problem. Right? It is fine. Okay. So monetary data type. Any idea? Okay. So monetary data types mostly used to store currency or finance value. Okay, the monetary. Okay, so if you work in finance domain, mostly data analyst, generally we don't use in a banking domains we use, but still I want to tell you so you can get some idea. Okay, so you in case you work in this field or in this domain, you will not face a problem. Okay, right? That's I'm telling. So what I'm going to mention here, monetary data types are used to store currency or finance values. Okay, the spelling is okay, that's fine. Okay, so now what kind of the currency and the values we have to learn is the first is the money, okay, and second is a please tell me yes or no. Currency is a fine, but currency we can also use in same the money, okay. So money, or this is a small, okay, this is a small money, okay. So that's why I didn't tell you. I thought you will be confused, okay. So what is the difference money and small money? I tell you, okay. So money, like if you work in a trillions, I give you, okay. First, what is a money? Use is money. Money use range for trillions, like a 9 9. I think I'm correct. I have to check it. This is one. I think trillion two plus yeah 9 to be the same. I think yeah trillion. Okay, trillion spelling I think is correct. Trillion. Okay, yeah. And so this is the use for the money. Okay, so 922 trillion to plus 922 trillions. Okay, so this is the important to understand is now. Okay, I'm talking about the small money. What is a small money? No, not a paisa. It is like a currency. It is a currency. Store smaller currency. Store Actually, what happened during the interview, people know how to solve the query. Okay, but sometimes they ask like some theoretical questions. Okay, like a money, small money, what's the difference, some other thing. So, like if you ask me, maybe I can also forget, right? Sometimes I can forget. So what the people they again prepare, then give the interview, right? Even they know how can we solve problems. They are practicing, but there are a lot of things. So maybe like as a data analyst, okay, you are probably some queries, you are not working in a finance domain, so definitely you can skip these things from your mind. But during the interview, maybe they will not give the work regarding this, but still they can ask. They will check what do you know. Okay, they understand deep your deep knowledge. That's a simple. That's why people reject. Okay, fine. So I will give you. So stores small or smaller currency. We can mean say not a small smaller currency. It's a more smaller, right? Smaller currency. Okay, a smaller currency or we can values. That's fine. Now, okay, range. What is a range? Okay, I can make a range. Okay, the range is a better range. Okay, this is a range. And now what is a range? Range is 2 2 1 4 7 4 8 2 is the same. Okay, is a plus. Okay, got it. So now I missed one thing to inform here is the precious. Do you know what precious? Precious. Precious. Okay, I mentioned precious. 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 Okay, what is the precious here? Okay. So the precious means the decimal places. Okay, what is a this is there is a four decimal places here. Okay, so this is a precious means how what like how can we show the data in which decimal. Okay, it's showing something. I give you and here saying actually I got okay this one, so that's I'm telling you, even I missed it. Okay, and this is the same also. This is also same. Okay, the four decimal. Okay, now and one more thing. Do you know about bonus? Bonus. Have you got bonus? No, no, I know. Yes, yes, correct. Have you got bonus anytime? That's I'm asking. Bonus is also smaller currency, smaller money or currency, whatever you want. So the best practice is use decimal instead of the money. Okay, so mostly like we write. Okay, I tell you, I give you one example. Okay, I can create a schema. Okay, table. So like create. Please tell me. You tell, then I will write it. Table. Right, correct. Create table. What table name? I can use here. What table name should I be? Okay, employees one. Am I right? It that was the employees one. We can use. It is simple. Okay. So now, okay, I make only two. It's employee ID integer primary key. Okay, and then name. Okay, let's see, 3 columns. Okay, we can. The name is where uh, 30. We can take 30 is enough. Okay, right, characters. And then I want, okay, a currency or salary. Let's see, salary. You have given the right. Okay, now I want salary in decimal. Okay, so like what some people write the money. Okay, so the money means how can you show the paisa, right? Is it like 50,000 50,024 rupees and 50 paisa salary? How can you show? It's better we use is a decimal. Decimal. Am I right? Now is a decimal, and let's see, we created it. So we have already created, right? Now I want to insert it here the values. Okay, please also tell me inserted value. How can we write it? Please insert employees one. We can copy, or if let's see. Okay, it's coming. Okay, it's reflecting, and then or we can also use directly values. Okay, but let's see, better practice, we will use this employees ID. Okay, the name and the salary, right? Then values I will record only one value, 10 or 201. Okay, 201. And the name, what name should I mention here? Any name, please. Any name. Okay, Priya. Sorry, Priya, we didn't use Butas. Priya. Okay, then salary. I want salary like 1 lakhs and 50 rupees. I want this. Let's see, it is inserted and not inserted. I have 1 lakhs 50 paisa. Paisa. Okay, not a rupees. Rupees means it's we don't need to use decimal. Right now, let's see, just an example. Okay, this is an example to understand it, so you don't think about it. So I don't know what is the data like. If you work in e-commerce or like a sales order, so we'll get this right. Mostly come in 56, 89, 70 paisa. So they ask 1 rupees. Am I right? You have you ordered right many times? I think right. So when yeah, you paid a money, so you can see the money comes in like a decimal amount. You have to charge, okay, without decimal amount, like one is a jug you order, okay, and the jug we order cost is like a 200 rupees, 259.65. Okay, 200 59, I told 59, right? Okay, 259.6, okay, 65. So you have to pay, okay, instead of 65 is a 1 rupees, right? Like a 1.89. Okay, then you have to pay 2 rupees. So it's a value exact is a 1 rupees, 1 rupees and 89 paisa. But what they charged is a 2 rupees, because they told we don't have a paisa, and in India paisa we are not using. But if you talk about the data, so we have a trillions of data, and we calculate, okay, in you work in a factory, and like thousands, like employees, 2,000 employees, okay, or so it salary in a decimal, okay, in a decimal. So if you pay like this, so factory owners pay a lot of money. So we have to save a money. So we have to use decimal. Got it my point? Similar things in orders, okay, in e-commerce, okay. So lot of this. Suppose Indian government takes some loan, okay, from other countries, okay, and and is like they use a decimal instead of the money, right? Why? Because if they calculate it, so government pay lot of interest. So they are using the decimal. Got it? Okay. Now let's see. Select everything and from is one, right? This is one, and I execute it. So here is showing is a one, showing is a one. Why? Because this is a value is a 50, 50, 50 is a less than 50. Correct. Okay. But here that's we have to, and that's I printed here to understand this. Okay. What? So it's a lot of data like calculation. So we have to write accordingly. Now I have explained this. Now I tell you about the binary data. What about the binary data? Okay, one mistake. Okay, today is a date is active. I didn't use. Okay, today date. Sorry, 19th June 26. Right. So we will remember. We start from here. Right. Okay. Now, what is the binary data? So do you know what binary data? I tell you. Okay. So binary here, it is like not 100% true, but it is like you can say some you are coming in a point. Okay. But in SQL, okay, binary be used to store image files. Okay. So if you can see any image, okay, and if image uploaded, okay, through the SQL server, okay, so you will get the files in a binary. What is the size in a binary? So there is a binary, is a bar binary, is a binary. Okay, let's see. So what is the binary? Binary, only use the binary, okay. So binary data types are used to store non-text data like a image file. Okay, yeah. Or here is a one more is a bar binary. Okay, let's see binary. So data type used to store non-text non-text data like image and file. Got it? Okay. And one is also is a bar binary. What's the difference? Bar binary is similar things. Okay. So binary, we mostly use the binary. Okay. So bar binary also store image and files. Okay. But we have to understand the binary. So now if you want to check the like a fixed length of the binary, we have to use the binary. We don't have any text here, but I tell you. Okay. Binary is okay. This is the binary and you want to check the length. Okay, then how can we check the length? Okay, so this is the fixed length. Okay, so what is the fixed length of data types? We use this is used to fixed the length. Okay, so data, if you have any file in a non-text file or image file and you want to check the length, then you have to use binary n. Got it? and always store exactly n bytes. Okay, n bytes. Okay, so, and n bytes means the characters. Okay, whatever the characters. Okay, in a bytes, you can say in a bytes. Okay, and var binary is variable length is a binary data. Okay, this is store only actual data. It is store actual data. Whatever store is the actual data. I mentioned here. Store in white. I can mention white, otherwise you will confuse her. So in the whites, okay, and store actual data. Am I right? Actual data. Okay, okay. And I tell now. You understood it. You understood it. Any confusion, any doubt here? Because after this we have other things as well we have to learn. Okay, like primary key, foreign keys. Okay, and then operators, what are the operators? Okay, and then join. Then after this we will learn also store procedures, or then like subqueries. Okay, and also we will learn then what we will do, we will solve some problems, and like real life examples. Okay, and how can we store the data backups? Okay, and how can we use this in a real life, like a lot of things we will learn. So this, it is not like a small, or it can't be finished within a month. At least we need is a at least 2 months, or more than 2 months, you can say 3 months courses. No, no, no. I'm talking whole together. Is I'm talking about SQL. It is also big. Okay, for especially is like a beginners, we have to explain everything. Otherwise, they stuck. Every time they stuck and they are unable to solve the problems. Right. I tell you about the constants. What is the constants? Do you understand about the constants? Any constants? Do you have any idea? No, I'm talking about the SQL. Constant. Sorry, actually, my son was here. Okay, so I. So what does mean constants? Constant means constant are ruled applied on table columns to control what data can be inserted. Got it? My point. Hello. Right. Certain rules to apply. Yeah. So why I'm telling you what we have learned and we have to apply it here. Okay. So that's why the constants is a very important. I mention here. Uh, are used are used sorry, are what should I mention? Are rules applied on the table. Sorry. Yeah, I'm typing here. Okay. Columns to control. Like columns to control what data can be inserted. Am I right? I think should I correct this line? Consider our rules applied on the table columns to control what data can be inserted. Am I right? Correct. Okay, that's it. Or so now let's see what we ensure. Okay, the SQL what SQL ensured here. So SQL SQL ensure ensures ensures what ensures. Let's see. I will make it here. Okay. Data accuracy. Data is accurate, right? Data accuracy and data valid. Data valid. Okay. Data consistent. Data consistent, right? So data, so it is important. So when we inserted the record, so data should be accurate. What means data type, okay, whatever integer value, primary keys, foreign keys, okay, or like a varchar string, whatever you're using, and the data should be valid. Valid means whatever the data types, okay. So we have to use this, okay, data types like you can see integer value. So what how many uh, bytes we can use here, okay. So the value of the bytes we can use, so data should be valid accordingly, okay. Wait a minute please. Now I want to learn is a primary key. What is a primary key? I want to listen from you the primary key. Actually this, okay, primary key is a unique one, okay. That's great, the good answer. Why I told you about constraints, because we have already learned, okay. Still I want to tell you this. This is the rules and regulation which we have to apply during the inserted the records in the table. So we have to, because I told you yesterday as well, right? This thing I tell you where I told you. You can see here. You can see here. Ensure data accuracy, improve the performance, save the storage, data validation. The same thing is this constraints now. Primary keys. What are primary keys? You told me. Okay. Unique identifies each records. Okay. What does mean? Keys are unique identifies each records. Am I right? Now, cannot be cannot be duplicate. Am I right? Cannot be null value. Cannot be null values. Right. I give you one example. Like an example here. Employees id integer and primary key. Am I right? Now, so, now, so is not null means, what is a not null means? So here I mentioned cannot be null value as a value. Let's see. Okay, column cannot be empty. What is mean a null value? I tell you. I think sorry, here I mentioned this. Okay, under this, so you can I have given you employee ID. Now understood, right? Null value cannot be empty. Okay, and name is like if you, so not null if you make as a unique. Okay, so like this. Okay, now as a unique is must be different from the each records employee ID. Got it my point? I have explained this. Now I give you one example. So we have already this. Okay, right? This one. Okay, and now let's see. I will write a wrong or like we will break the rules. Let's see. So I will leave it empty. Okay, and then Priya L. Okay, it's a different name. Okay, whatever salary. Let's see. 20. Okay, maybe. Now it's fine. Can you hear me now? Now it's fine. Okay, wait a minute. I'm changing the network. Let's wait. I think now you can see my screen is visible. It's still not busy. Not is fine. Yeah. So now I'm going to break the rules. Okay. And here's the employee's ID. Okay, is primary key, and I'm not going to mention here, right? So what is the name and salary? Okay, name is a Priya L. Okay, make it. Okay, let's see. So there are, you can see there are more columns in the insert statement than value specified. Okay, cost. Okay, and the numbers of the values cost clause must match the numbers of the column specified in the insert statement, right? So suppose, okay, so here what I have done, we make a empty employee ID, so we are getting the error. Okay, now one more thing, let's see. Okay, make it here like this. Now name. Okay, I think you will get better. So because here is asking the columns name. Okay, now I already left employee ID. Okay, let's see what is the answer. So now you cannot insert value null. What does it mean? Now I want to show this one. So what we got the answer, what I want to tell you, cannot insert the column null into the column employee ID table SQL class. Okay, this is a date. This is the table name. Okay, I mean this is the database name. Okay, and the table name is employee one or column this. Okay, allow null insert false. Why? Because this is a primary key. Because this is a primary key, so we are getting this because null cannot insert value null into column employee ID. Now I give you another example. Let's see. So the employee, whatever employee ID, okay, here, and I make employee ID. What is employee ID? 202, right? I don't know. 202 we used. No, we didn't use 202. We use only. Now I want okay, salary, right? Let's see. I don't want employee ID, and then is a name. Okay, I want name, but salary I don't want, right? Let's see what will be the output here. Okay, so here earlier we didn't use employee ID. Now we are not using salary. Okay, so we are going to insert it employee IDs, okay, and the name of the employee. Let's see. Oh shit, here I didn't use the comma. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the one row affected, right? One row is affected. Why? Because is salary is not a primary key. I didn't make as a null value. Even I can make as a salary. I give you one example, one more example. Let's see. Salary, okay, in decimal, okay, decimal and not null. Okay, I can make it like this, then we get the error, but here I didn't. Okay, so I created a schema and mention we can put null value as well. Am I right? So I didn't make it null value. Let's see now. I will check. I will check. Select everything from employee one, right? Now I will execute. So you can see there's a null value, right? It's a null value, right? So Priya has